The calendar reads 2026. It is Week 18. Final week of the regular season. Every game on the schedule a division battle. This is one of the best. The Seahawks and 49ers come your way next. With Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico. What a way to wrap up this regular season. One of the best rivalries of the last quarter century. Seahawks and Niners are underway. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The 49ers come out, and Brock Purdy leads them out. Greg, it's really one of the best stories in NFL history when you think about it. From last pick in the draft to taking the 49ers to the Super Bowl, now to a lucrative contract for the fourth-year man out of Iowa State.
Mr. Irrelevant. Well, I think it's safe to say, Mike, he has been anything but irrelevant since arriving in the NFL, and he is living proof. It doesn't matter if you're drafted first overall or, in his case, with the very last pick. What does matter is what you do with the opportunity once it's given to you. Nothing real flashy about his game. He simply gets the job done, and that's exactly what his team is counting on him today over these next 60 minutes. So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Third and short. Here's Purdy. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
On fourth down, the Niners send out the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. Rashid Shaheed back to return this one. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Seahawks come out, and they are led by a new quarterback, Sam Darnold. From USC, he's bounced around for his first 7 seasons. This is 5th different franchise as he starts year 8 in the NFL. And Greg, it's year 1 with the Seahawks.
He spent a lot of time, Mike, over these last couple days speaking to the media. And the thing that jumped out to me was just how confident he was in his team's preparation ahead of today's game. Now, only time will tell or not whether it makes a difference, but if his confidence is any indication of how they're going to perform, this could be a tough team to beat.
13 yards to start that drive, and a quick first down.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing him.
The throw on the run is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Shotgun run now with Walker. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. What a great matchup here, the Seahawks, the Niners. Think about the last decade, the 2010s. This may have been as good a rivalry as the NFL had. So many important games. In that 2013 season, the NFC Championship game was a classic. Seahawks narrowly hanging on. They beat the Niners by 6. Richard Sherman, that incompletion at the end of the game that he forced on the pass to the end zone to Michael Crabtree. That just kind of continued on. Always an undertone. Good, respected teams, but tight battles when the Seahawks and the Niners share the field. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. To get this complete, it's Kupp again. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A 19-yard pickup there. 1st down, Seattle.
1st down. A gain of 19 yards. 1st down, Seattle.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
From the gun, here's the give to Walker. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
At the 20-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
On 4th down, the veteran Jason Myers for the Seattle field goal. This one will be from 37 yards out. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Here's Sky Moore now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Niners heading out in their NFL rivalry-inspired uniforms for the faithful. That's the term the 49ers supporters use throughout the years. But if you look closely, you see faithful is written above the numbers on the front. And those numbers really stand out. A nod to the graphic style or font, if you will, that was used during that golden era of 49er football. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. Stop is made by Jaron Reed.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. This pass, left side, caught by Tonjes. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
3rd and 4.
Out of the gun, here's Purdy. That's caught by Bourne. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Seahawks with the early lead. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. It's the 49ers with the football to start quarter number 2. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Purdy gonna put it up again. Woo! And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
The ability to sustain possession and continue to get new sets of down, it just allows more and more opportunities for those eventual chunk plays, and that's what every offense in the league is looking for. But the more 1st downs, the more snaps, the more opportunities.
On 1st and 10, it's Purdy. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
He'll look underneath here for McCaffrey. And they'll take this down inside the 35. His 2nd grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a 1st down.
At the 31-yard line.
On the handoff, McCaffrey. He'll work forward for a couple. Julian Love brings him down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. They run once more with McCaffrey. His defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Back at the 32.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. He's got his man, completes a Pearsall. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal. That's a gain of 28.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And that play took a little long to develop. They stop him for no gain at the 4.
Great job here by this linebacker, Mike. There was no reading and reacting. From the snap, he was attacking. Meets the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. McCaffrey will score. Touchdown, 49ers.
Their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers move out to a 7-3 lead.
Niners 7, Seahawks 3.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. On the return, here comes White. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
22 yards.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Darnold to throw on 1st down. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Darnold. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Good pickup of 16 on that screen play, and a 1st down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Yeah, and he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Niners are going to have it just past their 25.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
The Niners offense ready to take over once more. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. To throw is Purdy. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half.
10 at the 40-yard line.
Purdy now, he'll throw on 1st down. Short one there, caught by Kittle.
Purdy's pass complete to George Kittle. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at their 48-yard line.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
the 49ers.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Kittle is the man in motion. Back to the air again is Purdy. This throw left side caught by Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
That's another
2nd time they've connected on this drive. 19 yards out of this one.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
At the 18-yard line.
And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Eddie Pinheiro going to come on to try a field goal now. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. Pinheiro's kick is good. And the Niners going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that kick will help extend the lead, but remember, Mike, it's still a one-possession game. Halftime's right around the corner, so both teams, there's a lot of work left to be done before we crown a winner here.
Final second now of this first half as this one is away. On the return, here comes White. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one. Likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W.
Eddie Pinheiro.
Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here comes White. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Seahawks offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. Now Darnold. Exiting the pocket right. He'll tuck it and take off. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
17 yards. And the Seahawks first down. It's a gain of 17
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Now Walker. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
It's a loss of 2.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
Here's Darnold. His pass taken in by Shaheed. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. And this is 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Got it with Smith and Jigba. They get 14 on that hookup. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
That's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 35. Here comes a 2nd and 5. Stafford fires to cut. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Taken in right side by Barner. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
They'll go play action with Darnold. In trouble, and down he goes.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll run here with Walker. He'll pop this end for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
A gain of 4. And this is 3rd down.
Darnold now to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here. He's got room to roam. And they continue to churn out 1st downs. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
And the Seahawks.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the 1st down anyway.
Into the hands of his tight end, Barner.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
The ball right on the 5-yard line, 2nd down and goal. Off the play, under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
What started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that 2nd down sack brings up 3rd and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
and goal. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he's going to be taken down, a sack on what likely will wrap up play in this third quarter.
A loss of 6 yards. It's 4th down and goal.
So, with a 4th and goal looming, we reach the end of the third quarter of play. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So the pressure's on. Here's the veteran, Jason Myers. This to get the deficit down inside of a touchdown. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So Myers back out there at the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Niners offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he'll be out of bounds here. And it's only a gain of a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense. And they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
A gain there of 11. 1st down, 49ers.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
That one good for 29.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
On the counter, it's McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job, because there's nowhere to run, there's no holes for the back to find, and all these 0 or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
George Kittle was the intended target that time. And it's going to bring up a third down. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So Pinheiro had the field goal a moment ago. Now he's back out to kick it away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Get about 4 here as he is taken down.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
It is 2nd and 6. The run up the middle. It's Walker. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
He'll get this complete to Walker. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Double as good there. They get the first down and save a timeout.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They get an even 20 on that one. First down, Seattle.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
10 more yards.
Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
It's a gain of 10.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion. In a moment. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
15-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Garner. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's first and goal coming up.
And now after that big completion, Mike, they can't panic yet. They're not into the mode where they're in desperation. They have 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Take a deep breath. Get your best first down play call to your quarterback. Field goal's not going to do it. They got to think touchdown all the way.
Trying to create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. They'll mark it at the 3.
Second and goal at the 3-yard line.
Now, second and goal. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And he overshot his man out of the end zone. That one's incomplete.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
That's going to be broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. There was no space to fit that one in. And now here comes 4th and goal.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
They'll try it now with Walker. And this is not going to do it. The defense comes through here in the final minute. And it may just be enough to get them a victory.
What a stand there. 4th and goal, game on the line. It looks like this offense is putting together a game-winning drive, and the defense comes out with the stop of the day.
Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. And still 2 timeouts left for the defense, but no real need to use them. They're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. Timeout Seahawks. That is their 2nd. Clock shows 50 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Keep it up. Good ball, baby.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Kittle is the man in motion. Again, it's McCaffrey. The defense coming hard, trying to force the safety. He's able to get out, but to the 2, and no further.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Seattle will use the final timeout. Clock stops, 46 seconds to go. Third, they need 8. Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. 17 yards, the gain there. It's good for a Niners first down.
17 yards.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
Purdy down to a knee. That should be the final snap of this game. So a win here for the 49ers. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game. And they send their fans home quite happy. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.